So this has to be the strangest place that I ever started a video, but I thought this is a good thing to show. But thanks for tuning into the channel again. And I'm currently in Germany, and this is actually just across the border from where I live. This is within 25 minutes from my house, and I've never been to this side of the border. And recently my friend Marcus, who lives in Germany, said, well, there is a beautiful forest there, so maybe you should check that out. Well, there was some fog predicted, which isn't here, but there are some nice autumn colors. But he said you have to park your car here. So I parked my car here, and just across the street is this World War II war cemetery. And if you've never been to the Netherlands or Germany or Belgium, and you've never visited one of these locations, you know, it's something else, I can tell you that. You know, look on this side, there are thousands and thousands of soldiers buried here that fought in World War II, that made it possible for me to live in freedom today. You know, and that's an amazing thing. But I was just looking past a couple of those graves here, and you know, look at this, age 20, age 19, age 21, age unknown, age 21, age 20. It's absolutely insane how many young people died during this war. And they don't even say where they're from, but looking at the names, they're probably most American, Canadian. I've seen some Polish flags here, but mostly American, Canadian flags. A Czech flag is over there, but there are soldiers here from all over the world. And yeah, what a place, what a time. You know, I guess we're really lucky to live in a place like this, in freedom. So yeah, absolutely insane. Wow, that was quite the experience, standing on that graveyard, looking back on the history of my country and Germany, and you know, all these graves with these young soldiers. There were 2 men full-time employed doing the maintenance on that graveyard. Absolutely amazing. But they were working there, and the guy told me that it's soldiers from all over the world. New Zealand, Australia, Czech, Poland, France, UK, Ireland, he said United States, Canada. And they were all young people between 18 and the oldest was 36 that was buried there. And there were thousands of graves. So yeah, absolutely stunned by that. But this is what I was here for, the autumn colored forest. And we're having no fog at all. We do have some nice colors, but yeah, there's some wind, so it's going to be quite tricky to find a shot, but at least we're having the colors, so hopefully we can find something interesting to show in this video. But I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. So we're just going to walk around here, wander off a little bit, see what we can find and what we can photograph. So after that heavy start on the graveyard, I just thought, let's start with a real light, easy image. You know, I just walked past this lane or over this lane. So just look over here, this gap in the road completely covered in autumn colors, and it looks like this on the back of the camera. So you can see a beautiful path. I polarized it a little bit to get all those colors out. But I have to be a bit careful. I thought maybe it's nice to do a selfie and stand over there. But I have to walk quite a bit to get in the image. And there are constantly driving tractors by here that I think some farmers are doing some maintenance or they're using this road between areas, I have no idea. But right now there is nobody, so I'm gonna try to do a little selfie because I think this image demands a little bit extra. I'm not hearing any tractors at the moment coming, so I'm going to out of focus here, and let's see if this is going to work. So back at the camera, it was quite a run, but you know, I had to walk quite far to get to that closed area back there, and I can only turn in a 30-second timer. So I did 30 seconds, and then I programmed it to take one shot every second after that 10 times. So I had about 40 to 50 seconds to do something. I just stood in different poses, but I think if I look back on the camera, the nicest one is where I just looked straight to the back of that road. Absolutely amazing. And I actually, on my way back, I noticed a shot here on the left. So this is the lane. I think it's quite nice. So I'm going for that other shot, and you look at this one. So the other shot that I noticed is about this tree here behind me. You can see there is a branch with some autumn colored leaves hanging about 2-3 meters above the ground, and it actually looks quite nice, but I was just trying to photograph it. You know, this is the branch that I was looking at, but I think the problem is that there's no fork to get separation behind it, and I tried to keep it a little bit like this with a dark tree on the left and the right, cutting away some grounds there, but still I think it's too little to create separation in that leaf. So I'm going to take this shot and I leave it up to you if this one works. I think the first shot there was way better, so yeah, I'm gonna look for something else, maybe a little bit of a darker forest. In the back there are some pine trees. Maybe that isn't as messy as this side. And if there's just one of those small trees with leaves in that pine forest, then that would be really nice. So yeah, just look at this one. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. So what the fun thing is about this forest is that I have never ever seen a single image from a photographer from this image, from this forest. But yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's nothing, you know, it's all crap here. But I can't believe that, especially when it's foggy. This is real good for photography, but it's so close to the Dutch border. It's actually on the border between the Netherlands and Germany. But I've never seen anyone or heard anyone that went to this forest. So yeah, who knows, maybe this video is going to be crap, not going to be released. I think it's going to be released. I like that image with me standing on the road, so At least I'm going to show that. But there are some older trees in this section that I'm walking right now. And just for example, look at this one that I'm approaching at the moment. You know, look at that tree trunk. You know, it doesn't get any gnarlier than that. But until now, there haven't been any side roads, you know. It's only this road that I'm walking on with the tractors coming by. And on that graveyard there were some beautiful trees there, but you know, I think it's a little bit respectless to go and take a photograph on a graveyard, you know. Shooting a little movie clip was already on the edge for me, but I'm not going to put my tripod down in the middle of a graveyard. I'm just not going to do that. So yeah, but I'm just going to see what we can find here. Hopefully some more shots. The wind has calmed down, so there's no wind anymore. But yeah, who knows what we'll find, who knows. So I'm currently at that pine tree area. All these trees are needle trees, so they stay green during the winter time. And in the bottom section here you got all these ferns, and in between all these trees are these yellow leafed trees. And I was just hoping that I could isolate one and take a pretty shot of it, but I just don't see it, you know. It's so incredibly messy that I can't really find a nice shot in this section. And that's when I turned around and looked to this side, and yes, it is another lane, another autumn colored lane, but yeah, it's just an awesome lane again. So let me try to show you. I hope you can see it. I just let the road go by diagonally. So the end here, that little white spot, there's a car running by, don't think you've seen it, but it's exactly on that cross section here of the rule of thirds. And then everything around it is in autumn colors. Polarized it, and I think it just looks really nice. So let's take the picture, and this is it. So I finally found a section that really caught my attention. You see this yellow tree over here with a little green tree behind it over there. Some ferns in the foreground, a dark forest in the background, and a couple of interesting trees that don't intersect with each other. And I'm just trying to find a shot here with only that beautiful section with that colors, and it just looks really nice. So this was the kind of shot that I'm looking for. Maybe a little bit of a darker forest in the background, but this tree now is in an open section, so that little bit of reflective light from the overcast, you know, it's a complete overcast day, is reflecting on that tree, giving it a little punch compared to that dark background. So that's why it's standing out much more than all the other trees that are around here in this pine tree area. So yeah, I'm gonna take this shot, and I'm gonna keep the aperture as low as possible. And I actually regret not taking my 45mm 1.2, because I was just shooting this, and I think it's kind of like that focal range. And with a 1.2 lens, I could really make that background even softer. So I kind of regret that, not bringing it, but I actually never bring it. I've never used that that lens properly. You've seen it in the challenge video that I did. I'll put a link up here if you've never seen that video. You know, I hate using prime lenses. I love the flexibility of telephoto lenses. But yeah, I think this is kind of nice shot. You know, a couple of nice lanes, this shot. So it's not completely a waste to go out here. and I got a little bit of an idea of what this forest looks like. So I'm not done yet, so I'm gonna continue further, see what more I can find, and hopefully some more interesting shots. So I just walked past this group, this pile of tree trunks that they cut down, and somehow it just got my attention as something really abstract. You know, I don't know, there are all these different shapes and colors, and some have numbers on them, some don't have numbers on them. I thought, yeah, what the heck, you know, it's a morning like that, just taking a shot like this, see if it works, you know. Just isolating an interesting part with a couple of nice tree trunks that have nicely strange shapes to it. And that's what I'm going for, you know. And yeah, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, who knows. Let me know in the comments. So I think I'm gonna call an end to this day. I've just tried to find something of interest here. I've walked around for over 3 hours. I've crossed the road, looked at this side, looked at that side, but there's just it's not the right woodland for the conditions that we're having today. You know, if there's a thick fog like I had in last week's video, I put a link up here, when I was in the Netherlands in a forest, it was absolute crazy good. And that's possible here, but you need those conditions. So yeah, for me it's always about a balance, you know. Am I going to wander around more for hours, see if I can find something, or am I going to use the time at home to edit some new videos, to update my website, I've got some creative ideas for workshops in my head that I need to work out. So it's always about that, about a balance. Also my private life, you know, running a family, cleaning the house, all that stuff. You know, that's not everything. It's all a balance between being out here. And I don't mind wandering around like in last week's video for hours and hours when conditions are great and you have the opportunity for something great. But right now, I think the conditions aren't here and the opportunities aren't here. So I think I'm gonna call it the day, you know, and just use this time differently so I have some more time available next week, and hopefully conditions are better then and I'll be in a different area. I have no idea. So I still hope you liked this video. You know, in my experience the images aren't that good. I did like those lane images. You know, normally I don't really like them, but with the conditions, with those autumn colors, they were pretty nice. But yeah, there was just nothing to really isolate and look at. I just had to look at the bigger picture, I guess. So, enough babbling around here. Thanks for watching. I still hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up button and leave a comment what you think of it. And there's also a subscribe button underneath this video. If you push that, you will get a free message from YouTube when I release a new video. So thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to see you on the next video with hopefully some more interesting shots than today. But I'm still happy I explored this place. You know, I've got another location that I can check off on my map. and that I can store in my head with possibilities for foggy days. So see you next time. Bye bye.